If you use this one marketing principle, it will make it so much easier for you to be able to sell your coaching programs. This is almost an unfair advantage. And I know that is a big, bold promise, as I hear far too many coaches say things like, I'm the best kept secret. Or they say things like, once you get someone on a call with me, I'll close them for sure. Or they say something like, I get amazing results with my clients, but their business isn't growing predictably and reliably each and every month. As most coaches don't understand the fundamental principle to selling their services. So if you're a great coach and you're good at what you do, I want you to know that there is one hidden principle that literally has helped me sell millions of dollars in coaching every single year. And why I want you to be able to use this and why I've put this inside of this free course series, because it will help you understand, it will help you use everything else to be able to get there. Now, I didn't make this stuff up, I ain't that smart, but I was able to come across this because I was sitting in a private mastermind with 7 and 8 figure entrepreneurs in LA. And I was sitting next to an amazing man, Kevin Hutto, God bless his soul, one of the smartest cats absolutely ever. And I applied this exact principle of thinking. And the proof is with our partners, because this stuff works. And we were able to apply this with one partner, and they added over $100,000 of cash collected and added $35,000 a month to their monthly recurring revenue as well. So this is the stuff that we're able to use by just understanding this key principle. As I've had a bunch of conversations with people that know how well this new company is, that's only about 6 months old, how well it's actually really doing and how quickly we've been able to grow this. But the usual comments that I get is they say, dude, you've got such a small social media following. I think currently right now I have something like 850 followers. And they're like, how do you have such high revenue with such low following? And it's literally because what I'm sharing with you in this episode. Let's first think of this as a seesaw, okay? On one side of the seesaw, you have your potential client. On the other side of the seesaw, there is you, okay? Now, there are two things that are stopping them from buying. There is one, a lack of perceived value, and two, trust. So now, on your side, there are two key principles that you need to ensure a sale happens. There is one, your selling ability, and two, your offer stack. So let's use a real world example. I'm going to use a fitness example because that was the world that I essentially came from as well. So let's think of your local and average personal trainer right now. And let's say they're selling a $20 ebook.
If you've made it this far, seriously, thank you. I appreciate you being here. But real quick, if you are a coach or consultant who wants to be able to build a self-growing business without bloated team, a big ad budget, or working more than 3 hours a day, then make sure that you hit subscribe. Because everything I share here is built for founders just like you. Because it's likely that you are done chasing bigger and ready to build better. So let's get back to it.
So we know a price constraint of something up to about a $3,000 course, we've been able to sell really reliably through just DMs for a bunch of different offers. But if you don't have the selling ability, so you don't have the proper scripting and you don't have the proper process of getting the prospect into that actual sales process, then that's going to be super hard. But then the actual offer stack. So if you're a fitness coach selling a $2,000 program, he or she is probably going to say something along the lines of, well, I'm going to have some one-on-one time with them because that increases the value of their offer stack as well, okay? Because remember, to sell a $2,000 program, we need to overcome the lack of perceived value and we need to overcome the trust factor from the prospect side. But we're going to go one more step further right now, and this is important. Let's say this fitness coach is selling a $20,000 offer, okay? And I'm not even going to put boundaries around. We're just saying a $20,000 offer. So this coach, do they have the selling ability, okay? So with selling ability for a $20,000 offer, most likely they're going to have to do that through a Zoom call or a phone call, maybe even a face-to-face. Maybe they can do it through a workshop, but there's probably going to have to be the ability for them to do it through a one-on-one conversation. Secondly, what is a fitness coach going to have to put in to sell a $20,000 something, right? They're probably thinking they have to throw everything and the kitchen sink inside of it. They're gonna, here's all the training, here's all the nutrition, I'm giving you all of this, I'm giving you one-on-one calls every day, I'm giving you access to my WhatsApp. Like, this person is just pile driving as much as possible because they think that this is what is going to increase their offer stack right now. okay? Because to sell a $20,000 program, does the prospect have the ability to overcome the perceived value and the trust factor for it as well? Now, in this entire process, from what we've gone through in this seesaw analogy, we've looked at one side, lack of perceived value and trust, the other side, your ability to sell and your offer stack. Now, the important part of this is where the epiphany came from what Kevin gave me all those years ago back in that private mastermind in LA. And this is really important. Yes, you need to be able to increase your skill set of your selling ability. Yes, you need to be able to have a dialed in offer, which is going to actually be one of the episodes in this free course series as well. So if you're not super confident that you have an offer that's like, my market is going to be like literally crawling over glass with a smile to get a part of what it is you're selling, then go through that offer episode. It'll be teaching you how to be able to do that. So the way that we want to think about this is, well, what is the factor that actually changes the ability? What is the thing that you can do? What is the one thing that you can do that will dramatically make it easier for you to sell, let's say the $2,000, $20,000, even higher offers? And that is the fulcrum, because I want you to think about this. Let's think about Arnold Schwarzenegger. He could sell a $20,000 experience probably in one tweet. He'd have an absolutely line down the road of people wanting to be able to, let's say, spend a couple of hours training in the gym with him. Let's say Arnie goes, for 20 grand, you can have a training session with me and we can go out and have lunch after it. He could do that through one tweet and he's able to do that really easily, right? Now, the difference why a local average personal trainer couldn't do that is because of the influence fulcrum. It's the fulcrum that is going to make it so much easier. If you move your influence fulcrum to the right way and you line up your selling ability and your offer stack and then your influence, this is going to be one of the key principles that we work through each and every one of our partners. This is one of the key things for you to understand, because when you have the ability to be able to increase your clout and your influence upon someone. And when I say influence, please don't think I'm talking about having more followers and anything like that. You don't want to be well known, you want to be known well. And this is by having true influence on someone. This is by being able to put the content out to be able to build the people that know you and that have that trust and have that likability with what it is that you have. Because once we're able to have that fulcrum move and we are able to set you up so you are positioned as the go-to coach, that's what this episode's about. Positioning you as the go-to coach, then being able to have the ability to have, let's say, the offer stack. Because when we go through the offer stack episode, which is the money printing offer episode that I highly recommend you watch, then you're going to be able to see how when you compound that upon your selling ability, which we've got multiple episodes in this free series showing you that, with your influence fulcrum, that is going to be the difference where you're going to be able to see so many more sales come through, so much easier, and it doesn't feel like you're having to grow your business by just like running uphill with a really heavy bag. Because I know so many coaches just have the really hard feeling of them trying to build their business, and that sucks, and it doesn't need to be this way, which is why I wanted to share this with you.
All right, that's it for today. And if this did hit home for you today, and if you are building a business that's meant to give you more money and more freedom, then I want you to be able to do two things before you go. One, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because it'll be a bummer if you missed out on everything else to come. Number two, grab the link in the description and be able to book in your free demo so you can see the exact systems, the exact process, and you can be able to install it inside of your business. Because remember, this channel is for coaches and creators who want a daily income, simple systems, and to be able to take time off. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.